Hi, my name is Catherine Perez, and I'm an undergraduate senior at the Johns Hopkins University. I'm really excited to share the results of our research titled The Impact of 24-Hour Ambulatory Blood Pressure Monitoring on Sleep in Youth and its Association with Nocturnal Measurements. This research was presented at the Pediatric Academic Society 2023 meeting. According to the 2017 American Academy of Pediatric Clinical Practice Guidelines, the current standard of practice for the diagnosis of hypertension requires a confirmation of blood pressure elevations via a 24-hour ambulatory blood pressure monitor, or ABPM. This device helps to provide the most accurate representation of blood pressure by taking repeated measurements over time outside of the clinic. When using the ABPM, we expect to see a decrease in blood pressure during sleep, known as dipping. A lack of dipping or a higher nighttime blood pressure could indicate nocturnal hypertension and increased cardiovascular disease risk. However, because previous studies have shown that youths do not always tolerate the ABPM, we sought to answer whether adolescents and young adults have poor sleep on the nights they wear an ABPM, and if poor sleep is associated with higher nocturnal blood pressure. To do this, we aim to determine how wearing an ABPM at night impacts sleep among adolescents and youths, and if those with poor sleep quality have higher nocturnal blood pressure measurements than those with no difference in sleep quality. We conducted a secondary analysis of ABPM and actigraphy data collected from youths enrolled in either of two observational studies that were aimed at determining the association of diet and mood on cardiovascular disease risk factors. An actigraphy device, which uses ambient light and limb activity data to record wake and sleep periods, was worn by participants for 7 consecutive days. Then, on one of the 7 days of actigraphy, the participants wore a 24-hour ambulatory blood pressure monitor. In our study, 54 children completed both the actigraphy and the ABPM, with their median age being around 15.4 years. 46% of them identified as male, and 59% of them identified their race as Black. We ultimately found that on the day of the ABPM, the children experienced more time awake after sleep onset and a greater number of awakenings during the night. We also found that participants with poor sleep had greater measures of adiposity, higher manual blood pressures, and a lower percent diastolic dipping. Then, after adjusting for age, sex, race, and BMI Z-score, we were able to establish that sleep was independently associated with higher nocturnal systolic blood pressure index and lower diastolic dipping. Therefore, our results indicated that youth with poor sleep during the ABPM may have greater measures of adiposity, and we want to emphasize how this may potentially warrant particular attention to sleep quality in youths with obesity when interpreting their ABPM. I'd like to thank the study participants and my mentors, Dr. Tammy Brady and Dr. Jeffrey Garofano, for making this study possible. Thank you very much.